Hey, what's up guys? Troy here with WeightGainNetwork.com. I want to get into the best muscle building strategies today. Now, a lot of you guys you're working out really hard and you guys are doing some really good stuff, but the problem I see with most people's workouts is they do not have enough variety. Now, you need constant variety to really break down and build up lean muscle mass. The guaranteed way, the guaranteed formula for weight gain failure is to repeat the same workout over and over again. Now guys, your body is really stubborn. Your body will find any way possible to not grow and not, get bigger and get stronger. So you need to really throw some stuff at it. It's going to really challenge your body and really rip up those muscle fibers. Now, to build lean muscle mass, you need to actually create micro tears in your muscles. Now, if you're doing the same workout, if every time you do chest, you do 5 sets of bench, you do a set of 135 and then 155 and then 185, and you just see how many reps you can do every time you bench. That might work for, a month or two, but eventually your body's going to get used to that, and, it's not going to grow, you're not going to challenge your body. So you need to constantly add variety to your workouts. Now, I want to get into, 5 incredible muscle building techniques that, really create a lot of variety, really create a lot of, muscle confusion. Programs like P90X and, all the popular workout fad programs, they rely on one thing. And those programs work for a certain amount of time because you're performing exercises and you're doing activities that your body's never done before. So yeah, you're going to see some really good progress for those first 3 to 4 weeks, for that first month or two. But the problem is, doing those same things over and over again, all of a sudden your body gets used to it, and all of a sudden it's like, hey, I'm used to this workout. Now it's not going to grow, it's not going to adapt. So you need to throw new things at your body, every couple weeks to every month. You need to change your workout routine. You need to change your strategy. If you don't feel like you're getting bigger and stronger, you're not putting on lean muscle mass, you need to change it up. So I want to get into five incredible muscle building techniques. These are used by fitness models, by bodybuilders. I got some of these from the Encyclopedia Bodybuilding. Some of these were used by Arnold Schwarzenegger himself. These are 5 time-tested muscle building techniques that will create variety in your workouts. Will really rip up those muscle fibers, create those healthy micro tears. They're going to give you the ability, give your body the chance to grow and repair bigger and stronger. So let's get into it. 5 muscle building techniques. Number 1, supersets. Now, a superset essentially is 2 exercises done back to back with no rest between, and then you obviously rest between your next superset. So for instance, you could do a push and pull superset where you might do the bench press, then you might go right into a pull-up or a lat pull-down. You might go, you might do a superset involving, push-ups, and then you might go right into a bench press. There really is no, bad way to do a superset. Some people do opposing muscle groups. I know a lot of programs that, help you build big arms. They involve a superset of doing, say bicep curls, and then you go to, tricep extensions. So there's really no wrong way to do a superset. The key is you just need to, keep on changing it up. Maybe one day you're working out chest, so you do all your supersets with chest. And then maybe the next time you do a chest and back workout where you're doing, bench press or, dumbbell flies or whatever it may be. And then you throw it in, lat pull downs or rows. So supersets can be done a lot of different ways. The key is, no rest between your superset. You rest after your 2 sets done back to back. The next one, drop sets. Now, drop sets vary from supersets because drop sets are with the same exercise. So, for instance, on the bench press, say you guys, have maybe a 250-pound bench press max. You might do a drop set where, you load up the bar to around your max. You do maybe 225, 5 or 6 times. And then you lower the weight immediately with maybe 5 or 10 seconds rest in between to 185. Rep that out, burn out, drop the weight to 155. So you might have a set that may look like 225, 185, 155, 135. And you're going to be performing that set back to back to back to back with no rest in between. And I mean, it is one of the toughest things you can do, guys. I mean, I cannot tell you how challenging a really good drop set is. Because your time under tension, which is the key to really building muscle quick, is going to be probably a minute to a minute and a half, if not longer, during that drop set, and you're only going to have 5 or 10 seconds rest between. So your muscles are really never going to be fully recovered. So I remember when I really started gaining weight, when I really started putting on muscle mass my last year in high school, I was doing a lot of drop sets with power movements, you know, the squat, the bench press, you know, the lat pull down, just working your major muscle groups. You can do drop sets with any muscle group. Highly recommend doing drop sets with, you know, every muscle group once every few weeks. Number 3, a strategy that's not very popular, but it's used by a lot of bodybuilders. It was actually introduced in the 60s and 70s by Arnold Schwarzenegger and a lot of famous bodybuilders from that era, but it's called the pre-fatigue strategy. And the whole theory behind the pre-fatigue strategy is you will exhaust your muscle group, you'll exhaust the muscle that you're working out doing high repetitions of really low weight, and then when you're absolutely depleted, when you're really tired, you're going to go into a real heavy set. So this basically will shock your muscles because your muscles are not used to attempting to lift heavy weight when they're already fatigued. So for instance, you might do 50 push-ups and then you might load up the bench press and, you know, do a heavy set of bench press. So it's an incredible muscle building technique because your body is not used to that strategy. You know, you're pre-fatiguing a muscle and then you're going to shock it and then you're going to try to lift heavy weight. I mean, that is a guaranteed way to really rip up and create micro tears and build lean muscle mass. I don't recommend that strategy for a beginning weightlifter, but someone who's been lifting weights for a few years and, you know, you're starting to plateau, you're not gaining weight, you know, try the pre-fatigue strategy. You can do it with bicep curls. You can do it with, you know, squats. You could do a 2-minute wall sit, go do a heavy set of squats right after. You could do, you know, a whole bunch of assisted pull-ups and then go do a really heavy set of lat pull-down. So, you know, there's a lot of different strategies to it. You can get creative, but the key is to go lightweight and keep your pre-fatigue set, you know, somewhere in the 45 to 60 second range to really fatigue those muscles and then go real heavy on that set immediately after. So that's a pre-fatigue strategy. Now negatives. Negatives are another great way to build lean muscle mass. Now a lot of people just concentrate on this part of the movement, you know, the pushing up motion or the pulling down motion. But what really helps you build lean muscle mass is to focus on the negative portion. So the negative portion is when you're lowering the weight. So for instance on the bench press, you're here, all of a sudden you're lowering that rate real slow. That's a negative portion of the set. And a lot of people lifting weights, I notice, they don't really focus on how important that negative, you know, portion of the set is. Because for one, by going slow on your bench press, you know, you're not going to be able to bench press as much. A lot of guys go to the gym, you know, they're only concerned with how much, you know, they can bench press or how it may look to their peers, or, you know, they want to look strong and they want to look cool. But guys, you know, you guys are there for results. You guys are there to build lean muscle mass, to put on healthy weight. So, you know, who cares what people think? If, you know, if they see you, you know, lifting less weight and you're doing it right, you know, who cares what they think? Because I guarantee you in 6 months, when you walk in that gym and you're a lot bigger than them, you know, they're going to respect what you're doing. So, back to negatives though. Negatives, you're going to go down real slow and, you know, really focus on that part of the movement because, you know, when you do negatives, it's going to really rip up your muscles in a different way. You might do bicep curls. I don't know if you guys have ever tried this, but try doing a heavy bicep curl. You know, you go up and really just go down slow and resist it as long as you can. And I mean, that is going to really rip up your arms. It's really great to do with chest, really great to do with, you know, biceps and shoulders, and, you know, you can do it with any muscle group. But, you know, negatives are an amazing way to build lean muscle mass. And an advanced technique is actually force negatives, where you work out with a partner. And for instance, I'll use bench press for an easy example. You're benching, and you're going to resist it and go down as slow as possible, and your partner is actually going to push down to make it harder. So that's called a force negative. That's been used by bodybuilders and fitness models since the 60s. Another great muscle building technique that you guys can throw in your arsenal to really put on the muscle mass. The last muscle building technique I want to talk to you guys about is doing all major muscle groups in the same day. So what this does is by working out all your major muscle groups in the same day, you're really just, you're increasing your natural growth hormone levels. You're increasing your testosterone and your natural growth hormone levels. So this is really going to help you, you know, become more anabolic, really become just like a muscle building machine. So I'd say once every 2 weeks, have a day where you do deadlift, you do bench press, you do squat, you do pull-ups, and you do dips. You do those 5 things, you're working out every single major muscle group in your body, and go hard on these exercises, like load it up, go heavy. And it's a different way to shock your system. So, I recommend one day every 2 weeks where you do the 5, muscle building exercises, the muscle exercises that work out your major muscle groups, your chest, your hamstrings, your back, your glutes, your quads. So, focus on those 5. Do one workout where you only do those 5 exercises, and I guarantee you guys will start putting on weight. So, those are 5 workout techniques that can really challenge your body, really create muscle confusion, and help you guys put on lean muscle mass. Get creative, guys. Start making up your own supersets. Start making up your own drop sets. The key is variety. Keep on changing up that workout routine, and you guys are going to see great results. Thanks, guys. This is Troy with WeightGainNetwork.com. Please check out our website for more great muscle building information. Thank you.
And now, former skinny guy Jeff Masterson reveals the 7 biggest mistakes you're probably making right now that are actually keeping you skinny and preventing explosive muscle growth. See it all at www.weightgainmethod.com. You'll not only see how to avoid these 7 deadly mistakes, you'll also get access to a complete step-by-step plan for gaining weight and building muscle fast.